Alrighty. All ready to go for our series tonight. We've got US Army Esports up against Akuma Blades here. It's going to be the last match of the week. Had some pretty good games this week, honestly. A lot of series that have gone to Game 3, a couple reverse sweeps as well, so it's been pretty tight competition so far. But we've seen a lot of Sivir bans, and I'd be surprised if it goes through. Pretty much every game we've seen Sivir, she's won or at least done incredibly well. We'll see if they go ahead and do that. They're coming down to the wire on this one. I feel like I'd ban Sivir. She just seems too strong at this point. But they'll go with a Sejuani here, so I'd expect a Sivir first pick by Akuma. We did have some interesting bans, some sort of target bans. The Alawi, the Draven, the Kled for Akuma. US Army Sports go for the Riven, the LeBlanc, and the Sejuani. Gonna be the Lux first pick, actually. It's kind of interesting first pick. Has been good in the support role mostly. It was played mid a little bit when Endril had to go mid lane because they had his team had to get a sub in. So he ended up going mid lane and the sub played support. And so he played the Lux mid just to chip he's more comfortable with. But yeah, they first pick the Lux and they give over the Sivir. That seems kind of strange to me. Sivir has been super strong recently. So I think that pick's super important, but they decide the Lux is more important. But even if you do that, like, you expect them to pick the Sivir afterwards. And Lux doesn't have a great matchup in a Sivir because of the spell shield, so just kind of overall surprised by this, but maybe they will put it mid lane and do something with that. I'm not sure if they're trying to flex something around here. Right now, Akuma and US Army both have a couple wins, couple losses. It's still very early on in the season, so we don't really know who's going to be at the top yet. Asura is at the top of the Queen Conference right now. They are undefeated still. But there's lots of positions to be shaken out here in the Korean Conference. Everyone's got a win, and everyone but Asura has a loss. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of parity in this conference at least. And every in-conference game very important. It's kind of because of the formatting change. These games kind of hold more weight, or series rather hold a bit more weight now. But to follow that up, we're going to get a Yuumi here with the Sivir, the Hecarim, and Ezreal as well. We saw Ezreal with the Yuumi. McTrump and Age Wizard play that yesterday. It didn't go great for them, but that might have been a bit more because of the way that the game played out around them than the actual combo not doing well, or specifically the bot lane not playing well. But I think Tristana and Sivir are a little bit better with Yuumi personally than Ezreal is. So I definitely like that combination here. And Ezreal Lux seems a bit lackluster. The combo is decent, but you can be susceptible to some things, and I just not a big a fan of it. I think the Sivir Yuumi bot lane is much better than the Lux Ezreal bot lane here. But as I'm rambling on here, we're gonna get the Elise pick into the Hecarim. A pick that, a couple players play in the SFL. Queen Spider is an Elise main or one trick, whatever you want to call it. But a few other people picking it up now. I think it definitely has a place and certainly can be good in specific situations here. And maybe they have a plan to play around this. But I feel like you don't pick Elise unless you do have something you're planning to do. Like you're gonna pick Renekton top lane to combo with Elise, or something. In mid or top to really combo with it. But we'll see what they do here. As Akali and Aurelia both banned away here. Aurelia by Akuma, Akali by USA.
Think what I could offer.
And maybe the Cassiopeia. Saw Cassiopeia yesterday as well. Did not fare well at all. Went 0-5, but the team still managed to win the game, and the Cassiopeia picked up 3 kills at the end. But yeah, it did not fare well in lane for the first like 20 minutes of the game. Yeah, if I randomly go silent tonight, it's because I'm coughing. I'm still sick. I've been coughing all week, which I'm sure you guys have heard to some extent. But yeah, that's why I'm just like randomly disappearing, because I'm hacking my lungs out here. But with that, we're gonna get an old favorite of the SFL here. We're gonna get Corki in the mid lane, and pretty good with the Yuumi here. Obviously, this does mean you're gonna have to pick something tanky up in the top side. Otherwise, this composition really doesn't pan out very well to me. So I'd imagine Duras is gonna play something that can take a bit of damage here, maybe a Scion or something of that sort. But on the other side, we're gonna get the Zoe in the mid lane here. This is a blind pick Zoe, excuse me. This was a blind pick Corki, and then the Zoe is picked into the Corki. And they think that's the good matchup. And Corki certainly can be susceptible to champions with heavy burst damage. And he's not the safest laner around in the mid lane. So this is pretty bold. This is gonna be a Jace in the top lane here for Legoat James. And like I was talking about, I would think Duras would play a tank here, but now that he's seen the Jace, he may not want to. Well, this would be very interesting. A Yorick pick would be a little strange to me. They're gonna lock it in. USA want to do that. I think that Yorick is a decent matchup into Jace and can be strong in lots of ways and lots of compositions, but when you have a Corki, Sivir, and Yuumi picked up, I feel like that this pick doesn't really make a lot of sense with the rest of the team. It just doesn't really have a ton of synergy to me. The Elise and Yorick together is great because I think you can have Elise go top side, put a lot of pressure up there, and help out your top laner. But the Yorick, he wants a split push. He doesn't want a team fight, and that's where all your power is. You have a Corki Sivir. Now, obviously, Corki has decent siege, a decent poke, but Sivir doesn't really have that. So I'm just overall kind of confused by this Yorick pick. I would think you just want to say, all right, we're losing top lane, and we're going to win through mid and bot. I feel like if you're going to pick this composition, that's what you do as USA, but I don't know. Now that I've seen this, I think Akuma might have the upper hand here. I'm not a huge fan of their bot lane combination, but I think it's decent. They have a wing edition now of a poke composition, right? They have a Zoe, Ezreal, Lux. It's very, very hard to deal with that kind of poke around objectives, around turrets. And then you have the J split pushing, and assuming he gets ahead, or at least is at parity and he wins the 1v1, Legoat James kind of split push there and gain pressure there. So you sort of have a two-pronged attack with the siege in the mid lane or whatever lane you're in, and then Jay split pushing one of the side lanes and getting objectives there, and then you force the enemy team to hard engage. But they don't really have any hard engage. If you look at the composition, the only really CC they have is Yumi's last chapter, and Elise, with her cocoon. That's really all they have, and I guess Yorick's little wall, the ghoul wall. But yeah, that's it. So I think that both sides have, or excuse me, I think that one side has a very clear wing condition. The other side had one, but then they picked the Yorick here, and I don't think this works together. They could have had a very clear wing condition, but now they kind of don't here. The one good thing, if you are USA right now, is they have a very good wave clear to deal with a siege potential from Akuma. They have a Corki and a Sivir, two pretty good wave clear champions. Corki's like slightly better than average, but Sivir's amazing. So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, I don't know. I just worry that there's no engage here, so it's really hard to force a fight as Corki Sivir. Akuma, they have engaged at Hecarim. They have the poke with Zoe, Ezreal, and excuse me, the split push power. So I think it really makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I don't know. What am I? I'm just a caster who's got a dumpster fire on his screen. I don't really know. But with that, we're going to take a short break. And we'll be back here for game one in just a minute or two while I get everything set up here. And excited to see this series here. I think this, again, it's a conference series. Should be a good one. And, you know, every match counts, especially for playoff seeding. I think these teams will probably be in the mix for that. So we'll see what they can do here. Okay, here we are, ready for game one. Akuma versus USArmy Esports. USArmy on the right, Akuma on the left. Should be a good one here. Akuma gonna go with the invade. It looks like they've got all 5 members heading up to the top side. Looking for that classic wrap around towards the tri-brush. They don't really have a ton of great CC level 1 unless the Lux and Zoe skill, you know, if Zoe skills up the Sleepy Trouble Bubble and Lux skills up the Binding. They did not hug the wall, though, so Durus will see this coming. That was a bit sloppy from them. When you invade, typically what you want to do is you want to, if I could demonstrate, you want to come around this wall and hug that, so that way the person in the tri-brush doesn't see you until as late as possible, but not quite on the same page there, and Durus will spot this out. Leave a ward so he knows if they're staying to make a play on this red buff. And as a result of this, USArmy Esports has taken the opportunity to go for the enemy red buff. They're just going to put some wards down and then move out now that they see that Akuma have left their jungle. Well, now, okay. There was a ping to go back. Elise started walking towards that, but no, okay. Both jungles going to start in their blue buffs this time. Blue buff. Pretty good, but obviously you want red buff to gank with both these champions. So maybe they will go for a path that would allow them to pick it up. So it looks like Heck, I'm going to path towards the Wolves and then going to go bot side. At least going from blue straight into the invade here. There's a ward spotting this red buff, so both sides know what's up. So should be complete information and just a vertical jungle setup, which honestly isn't really that great if you are US Army Esports. They, like right now, if you are the side of Akuma, you want this vertical jungle. The Jace, in fact, going ham up in the top side. Dur's gonna flash away. Goat James gonna win that 1v1. Very similar health totals at the end of that, but Durus loses his flash. So a little bit of action to start things off, but no kill gonna come through. But again, the Hecarim has this vertical jungle set up towards that top side, and now that the Yorick has no flash, I'd expect a trip up there at some point as soon as that wave pushes out past, and the Yorick's on the less defensive side of the map, especially with the Hecarim being able to run back through the tri-brush and come in from behind. So I really like this setup so far from Akuma, whether it was done on purpose or not. I mean, actually, it wasn't really on purpose, right? The Rito on the Elise initiated the jungle trade, so. But here comes the dive. Hecarim's gonna get pretty ham here. The Ghoul Wall will come up. Legault James with the autos. Definitely, Hecarim will 100% go down. Legault James, though, will pick up first blood, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. Not the worst thing in the world, but again, first blood picked up, and the Jace will be able to push these minions in, and Durus will lose them until he TP's back. So Legault James may not even have to TP back as well. So I think this is a really great start. Even if you trade 1-for-1, obviously not ideal, but I think you still take that as Akuma. Every time. So 4 minutes in, 1-for-1 in kills, but the first blood and the CS advantage now going to give a slight lead to Akuma Blades. Bot lane is actually in the favor of USA Army Spirits right now. The other two lanes going pretty well for Akuma. Jungle about even as well here. Rito coming for a Lengek in the bot side. Well, Hecarim making another trip up top side. Durus, again, has no flash, so very re-gankable, and the wave is currently pushed into the turret. So it's going to be super hard for him to get any CS there. Ezreal going to back here, being chunked out in the bot side. Now Lux in trouble underneath the turret. Rito going in. The shield coming through. He's going to try and find the kill. The Ignite comes down. Rito's going to fall. It's a 1-for-1. Oh! No! He teleported! He didn't have heal! Oh no! No! You hate to see it, man. Talented thought he had to heal. He's so used to having heal. In fact, the Yumi's got exhaust and ignite, so maybe miscommunication between Talented and that's OP. Because they probably wanted heal. And they don't have it, and Talented, oh my goodness, that was a mess. That was a mess of a dive. 2-for-1. The Sivir did execute, so it's really a 1-for-1 in terms of gold, but the Sivir misses the CS, and obviously uses the TP and doesn't get back to lane with it, so she wasted a summer spell. But now we gotta fight up in the top side. It's gonna be a 2v2. As Hecarim was going into the enemy jungle trying to steal away some Krugs, but is able to get out A-okay. Now the bot lane for US Army Esports up significantly in CS. Almost 2 waves now. Top lane, the difference is similar, though not quite as large. Surprised Jace went for the Warhammer first instead of the lethality item. You would think you'd want a bit more damage than cooldown reduction early on, because you get a bit, more damage on the autos, and autos are a lot of the time the focus of Jane and of Jace. He's not a female. That would be interesting lore, though. he was Jane. I don't know. These are stupid thoughts. But now we've got a dragon here in the bot side. It's a mountain and a rift scuttler, so both junglers want to pick that up. But because Fluke has priority in the mid lane here, it's gonna go to Hecarim. Bot lane was about even, and the scuttle was towards the top side of the river there, so pretty easy for the Hecarim to come and steal the way. And now he's up significantly in creeps right now. About 600 gold, just in that jungle matchup. So that's a nice win for Akuma. Now we get a bit of fighting in the top side. Lego James gonna get out of that. Wall in. Use the knock way to keep himself safe as well, and the Maiden of the Mist summon. So overall, I think Lego James actually wins that trade because he gets the ultimate out there, as well as all the ghouls that were stored up. I think you're pretty happy with that one. Oh, just barely gets out of the wall there. If you got trapped in, he might have gone down, or at least been forced to flash, of course. But now 8.5 minutes in, the gold very, very close to 500. The kills even. So we're gonna get that buff, that blue buff, to go back the mid lane with here. CS even in the mid lane, but Lucas had priority throughout this lane. I mean, that's kind of the matchup, though. At least until a couple items are picked up, and the core can start doing stuff like that. Now, at least on the red buff, both junglers hovering towards the top side of the map. But the CS is favoring Akuma significantly across the board. They're winning everywhere except for the AD carry position, which is about 17 different, which is about 2.5 waves. Here comes a gank at the top side. The Fear gonna land here onto Duras. Some carry though. He's stunned up underneath the turret by the Cocoon. He will go down. The Goat James will get the kill onto Duras before that happens, but Rito will help get Duras back one of the kills. So Hecarim, while he's died twice on the ganks, he's gotten the kills for his top laner. Obviously not how you want it to go down, but I think okay. We're gonna go ahead and pause here and just try and back up and see if that resolves the stuttering issue we've got going on here. Probably won't, but hey, we'll give it a shot. Looks like the Ezreal is going to go straight rush on his Iceborne Gauntlet here. Going to get the tier and then just has already opted for armor in the Glacial Shroud. So really interesting. He's playing very, very passively. He is taking a lot of damage here. This lane is definitely not going well for Prince Najobu and Coactus. So while, you know, you're at a slight disadvantage here, if you are USArmy Esports, the fact that they have the Yuumi and the very powerful Sivir alongside the Corki, who has gone pretty unharassed throughout this game, I like their position to some extent. Again, their composition has issues, but a good spell shield there from Talented to make sure he dodges out on the ultimate from Coactus. Got hit by the binding, but dodged all the damage with a spell shield, so it doesn't really matter too much. But as I was saying, you have super strong anti-carries. Again, the only problem is, can they really team fight? At a certain point, you know, once you hit 25-30 minutes, I think you just tell the York to just build complete tank. and just say, all right, we're gonna try and team fight. Because I don't really see how they can do anything else. They're gonna have to use objectives to try and get their fights though, but because of the priority they have in bot lane, they're gonna go ahead and use that to go grab this Mountain Drake, which is honestly a really great spawn for them, and great that they picked it up because now they are able to force onto Baron much easier as we get a little bit of package play in mid lane here between Porkchop. Yrito flashed in with the cocoon. That'll secure the kill. Porkchop gets lasted on the fluke. That kill was all Yrito hitting that flash cocoon. Very nice play. And that's exactly how you want to use the power of this Elise. The early game power, the playmaking potential. But as I was saying, very strong AD carries here. So taking Baron is already pretty easy for them. And now they have a Mountain Dragon. And that'll allow them to force fights around objectives because they can do them so quickly. You're going to kind of have to engage or try and trade objectives with them. Now, maybe that is an option. If you are Akuma, trade objectives with Jace. You know, push other lanes, but... You know, if Duras is strong enough, he could try and match Jace or at least delay him long enough to make taking a Baron worth it. Because as long as you don't lose the base, you're really fine. If you're USArmy Esports, they just need to hold on to the base, get Baron, and just march down. Because you can't force a fight onto them. That's not what your account does as Akuma. But speaking of fights, we're going to get a gank in the bot lane. Yrito is going to get counter ganked here. And some carry is going to come in, find the kill on the AD carry. Talented goes down. Now we got a fight in the mid lane. Akuma and Porkchop going at it. TP coming in from the Jace. Legoat James coming in to help out. Duras here as well. He just walked down though. He had no teleport. And now Akuma gonna come. A Fluke gonna come in to reforce. Legoat James with a shock blast over the wall gets Porkchop very low. The jungler and AD carry were traded in the bot side. So all in all, a little bit of trade of summer spells here and there, and a 1-for-1 in the bot side. And now Akuma gonna push for some platings in the mid lane here, but they may have been up more than they could chew. Fluke gonna have to flash out. Comes back with the oh my goodness, the paddle star, and Legoat James flashes in. They find the kill here. Now Porkchop in trouble. Legoat James just barely gonna survive. Doesn't even have Triumph, but he doesn't care. The minions almost get him, but he's not even close, man. Not even close. Big 2v2 kills there for Akuma. Legoat James and Fluke outplaying Duras and Porkchop. Now Princeton Jobun Coactus, though, in trouble. The slow is going to land on a Coactus. This Cocoon going to land as well after that. And Yrito will secure the kill. So USArmy Esports going to get something back on the bot side. And this Elise has done well in the early game, but I fear not well enough. Still, though, they have strong carries. Talented, he's well farmed, but he has not gotten very many kills. In fact, none. Same can be said for Porkchop. Well farmed, but he's gotten the 1 kill. He's got a nice Triforce timing. Not incredibly fast, but decently so. Perhaps they can follow it up here. Because of the way the draft has, you know, sort of panned out, I'm honestly not really sure who's favored in the late game. I don't think there is a clear favorite. Now, again, double AD carry and the potential of taking objectives, but like I said, I don't know if they can really teamfight that effectively. Still, though, it's double AD carry. Good flash by Duras, gonna dodge out on the fear here from some carry. Not gonna get the pushback either there. The Spectral Riders come through, but Duras dodges it with a flash. Now we're going to play around this top side, it looks like. The bot lane of USArmy Esports have come up here. And I think this may be the call to send Legoat James down to the bot lane. They've got to do something at least. You can't just sit here in this situation. Now that the turret has been taken to the bot side, USArmy Esports kind of have the initiative to do what they want, and obviously they're just going to lane swap here, which I think is the right play. More trading in the bot side. Porkchop can use the cleanse, though. That kind of seemed premature. But now he's got some carry to deal with. A devastating charge pulls him back, and the Paddle Star sends him to his grave. Some carry. Gonna pick up that kill. Yeah, use cleanse, but I don't really know what was going through his mind there. He like used cleanse and then just kept walking forward. But now we got a Rift Herald in the mid lane. Durst, the only one here to defend this. Talented has no teleport to join. He's gonna get put to sleep, but not enough damage from the Paddle Star just yet to take him down. And the Rift Herald will not get the charge off. Talented and Wairito with That's OP in tow were able to arrive in time. But we've got the Yomu's completed here on Legoat James 3-0-1. He's looking very, very strong. The issue is he's not really gaining anything. You kind of need to do something as Legoat James and use the power of this Jace pick. But because the way the bot lane played out, the way the turrets are set up now, he doesn't really have a place to do his thing. Which is not great. Second dragon going over here. It's a Cloud Drake. After that first mountain. Oh, here comes the play. Coactus is just dead. The package plus the last chapter from Yumi and Talented coming in. That's OP almost died, but was able to hide on AD carry. Fortunately, I'm going to take that blue buff and come back to lane here. Fluke is still very dangerous, but it's getting to the point where the Corki can kind of 1v1 Fluke. As long as he doesn't get hit by the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. I think he pretty hard wins that. Here comes the flash. Wairito over the wall, the cocoon! That's just dirty, honestly. That was a dirty play. The flash cocoons have been deadly. Wairito finds another one onto Fluke. But that was no Fluke, and Porkchop thanks is a jungler for the help. Now the mid lane turret just might go down. Hecarim the only one here. A True Shot Barrage is going to come through, but that's going to take a while for Prince Jobu to get there himself. And he only hit some of the minions. Some carry's going to come through, though. Will clear out most of these minions. He's taking a lot of damage, though. Oh, the fear! The huge fear! Oh, my goodness. The Onslaught of Shadows is massive. Oh, my. Coactus came in with a big ultimate as well. Now here comes Talented, and the good last chapter here. Some carry ends up going down. Talented. And that's OP combining for a kill in a 2v4 situation. They've got Durst up in the top side, split pushing, and he's going to get a turret. So while they do lose a couple of members, I think they win overall. USA will lose the mid lane. They get a turret back, and honestly, after how bad that situation turned out for them, I think it's okay. So now 20-minute mark, 99 kills, the gold, only 1,000 in favor of US Army. Now Talented, oh no, that's a Sleepy Trouble Bubble. That's OP, gonna get bound up. Legoat James finds the kill on to Talented. That's OP, goes down. That kitty is squishy. She is very, 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 very dead. Fluke, oh, Fluke with a fake flash. Gonna find why Raider's gonna go into that invulnerable state there with the repel. Wairito's gonna go down. Good kiting from Fluke. Now some carry gonna come in onto Durst. Spectral Rider is gonna catch Durst. Pulls him back with a devastating charge, but Durst flashes underneath the turret in the mid lane. Legoat James is there to greet him though before he can truly get to the safety. And that's a second pick for Akuma. This is gonna be a tough game for both sides here. Very, very close one. But now Akuma are in favor. Are favored in terms of gold. Again, this Jace 5-0-2, very, very strong. I think they might want to sit in bot lane. Or just somewhere to split push here, I think. He's going to go for the Black Cleaver now. After that Yomu's. So Triforce completed. Porkchop going to work on the Infinity Edge. Talented. Interestingly, going for the Essence Reaver into the Phantom Dancer instead of the Infinity Edge, which we have sort of come to see as standard recently. You get the double AD crit items first and then the Zeal items. But the Zeal items do have their place. Gets you more crit in terms of percentage faster. The attack speed's nice. Obviously, Phantom Dancer passive is good. And with very little tankiness on your team, I think may be a good decision. Ezreal, though, on 2 items, still working towards transforming that tier. A little bit slow. He's at 700 stacks right now, 22.5 minutes. It's not the greatest timing in the world. Essence Reaver, or excuse me, not Essence Reaver. Ardent Sensor completed here for the Yuumi, which is going to get a lot of value. He's got 280 carries. And now we're going to have a fight around this dragon, it looks like. A couple of Paddle Stars thrown in there, but missed. A big chunk, though, on to USArmy. This is another Cloud Dragon. Both sides have vision on this. Cleanse going to be used. The Porkchop went to sleep right after that. Just barely got over the wall with a Valkyrie. And Wyrito now in the jungle. Gotta find the cocoon here on to Lego James, and he immediately falls. Porkchop comes in and helps out his jungler. And they easily go down. Easily take him down. 13-10 the kills now. Akuma slightly favored. The goal lead also still in their possession, but not an overwhelming one. Just 1,000 gold. This game has been within 1,500 gold the entire time, but there's another cocoon from Wyrito. The flash cocoons from in this game have been pretty insane. I don't think he has missed one yet. Here comes a devastating charge, though. Some carry gets a big chunk here on a Wyrito. Big fear as well on the onslaught of shadows. Talented trying to kite away, but he's got no support from the Yuumi. That's OP gonna hop on a Durst, but he goes down. Now that's OP. He's gonna fall. Some carry is here, and he's going to pick up the kill onto Porkchop, who died very, very quickly as well. Again, just no tankiness. No one to tank in the front line here for USArmy Esports. Akuma have really terrible team fighting composition, but they're able to win them just because they just kill the enemy team so quickly. They have no one to tank. Whereas Akuma have the Hecarim. They have a little bit of health here on their Jace. And they're going to go for the Baron here. 24 minutes in, they don't have a mountain. They don't have an ocean, but it doesn't matter when the rest of the enemy team is dead. They're going to pick up the Baron here on all 5 members. And while the items are starting to come through here for Talented and company, he still needs a little bit more gold for the Infinity Edge. So does Porkchop. They're not quite ready yet. They picked a bad fight at a bad time. So 17-11 in kills. Again, Akuma growing their lead, growing their goal lead as well. It's spiked to over 3K now. Almost 4. Which is the biggest goal lead either team has had this game. And now the siege on the mid lane begins. They've got 4 members here. Jace in the bot lane. Would have liked to seen him there earlier. But now is a good time with the Baron. Let's see how much work he can get done, though. The answer is a decent amount here. Almost got the turret. As we get a fight in the bot side, Lego James in trouble. Duris just might pick up the solo kill if the game won't freeze. There, the flash in. Duris finds a solo kill. Some carry coming in. Wants to even things up. And Quactus actually gets the kill over the wall there. With that explosion of light. And now this turret in the bot side will go down, the outer turret. So just 2 inners left in both the top and bottom lanes here for Akuma to take down. But they have lost their top laner. Traded it out. And now looking to push in the 4v4. There's a good redemption. Going to heal everyone up on Akuma. Everyone coming out of base on the other side. Duris will be here faster. Go James does not have teleport to join the siege once again. Cocoon lands, but Sleepy Trouble lands onto Wairito, and he's dead. A little bit too close. And he gets slapped and dies immediately after. More poke coming in from Akuma, but the turrets are falling. And that's the big concern right now. Okay. Now maybe an engage gonna come through here. Quackus slow. Here comes Talented. The last chapter coming through. Talented. He's gonna get CC, but he's kiting here. He's found the kills. A huge fight here from USArmy Esports. And now they're right back in this one. The goal lead still favors Akuma significantly, but a huge fight there to keep them from breaking that inhibitor turret. Now we got a dragon spawning. It will be another mountain dragon. Vision gonna clear it up. Rift Scuttle belongs to USArmy. Jesus Christ. Mountain Dragon will be started up and quickly finished there. The shot glass comes in a second too late. So the second Mountain Dragon belongs to USArmy Esports. Gold 3K in favor of Akuma. But at this stage, it's not much, and the 80 carries are starting to come online. Triforce Infinity Edge, and then Triforce Essence Reaver, Phantom Dancer, and a second Zeal item here for Talented. Porkchop just picked up another BF sword as well. So they're gonna have some crazy damage in the next few fights. Force that Ardent Sensors there for the Yumi. Here comes a good root. Duris in a bit of trouble here. He's going to get help from Yumi to try and run away. And some good peel from Wairito's Cocoon, and Duris will get out. Minimal expenditures there. Just the Sivir cooldown on the ultimate on the hunt. And some basic cooldowns, and he was able to get out of there. We go James working on this inner turret in the top lane. Sleepy Trouble Bubble gonna miss, but we'll actually hit on the trap version. And now this poke siege coming through for Akuma. Unfortunately, the Sivir Wave Clear is just gonna say nope to that potential push. Sivir sitting at 273 CS, 216 on the Corki, 222 on the Hecarim. So he's at a crazy number. Baron number 2 gonna spawn in the coming moments. 30 minutes in here. The game's still pretty even, but some headway being made by Akuma on the turrets here. They've gotten everything but the base secured. So now the game is vision control here around this Baron. Right now, Durst in the bot lane answering some waves. Here he's got teleport. Both top laners do. Talented has his as well. And a quick pause is going to come through. And that's great. Whenever there's a scanner that goes off, like a scanning trinket, and there's a pause, it just replays the scanning sound infinitely, and it really sucks. Okay, just a quick pause here. Should only be a minute or two, but yeah. We started too quickly, so we have to have a delay somewhere else. Yeah, the Hecarim is a crazy amount of CS up right now. The current count is 234 to 137. So he's 3 CS away from being 100 up. He's obviously cleared his jungle more, but I think he's taken a lot of lane CS, and the Elise has just given up a ton of CS to her team. She's given up both her buffs for the majority of the game, given up many of the small camps as well. It seems like Talented is the one for USArmy that is currently occupied. He's sitting at 4 kills right now and 289 CS to 31 minutes. So he's got a pretty good rate right now, and he's on 4 crit items. The static shift came through. Obviously wants the Guardian Angel, maybe a QSS or Hex Drinker or something. I would imagine Guardian Angel, though, as his last item. But yeah, he's going to get that soon as well. He's got 800 gold in the bank here, so he's still about, 1,500 off that item, but a pretty crazy number. Yeah, still no update on it, so I guess we're just waiting on Talented to come back. And then we'll get underway again here. Things to talk about while we wait for him. I had some delicious chicken. I tried a new recipe recently. It involved let me recite the ingredients for you guys here. You'll love this. But actually, I had a new chicken recipe. I marinated it for like 6 hours and then cooked it. Absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend learning to cook if you are like me and you can't or couldn't, I suppose. I would recommend learning. It's much better than eating microwave meals all the time, I have found. Looks like we're good to go. A couple R's coming through, but we haven't unpaused yet. So we'll see what's up. If they're just trolling or if they're actually ready to go. Who can really say? But yeah, learn to cook. It's not that hard, It's look up a couple recipes, measure stuff out, and you eat much better food. And with that message, we're back in the game here. Akuma, again, got control of this jungle, have control of the Baron right now, but ending this game or taking another Baron gonna be kind of difficult for them. And they've cleared out a lot of wards, but not the ward in the pit there, so the Baron will be seen. True Shot Barrage gonna come out here. Elise over the wall, Baron at 4K. TP coming in. I think you might want to call this off, guys. They are gonna stop DC TPSing it, but now it's a 4,000. They might have to go back in. Here it is, 3,000, 1,000. Oh, the smite! One by the Hecarim, some carry gets it. Durith's gonna flash out, so will Wairito, but already one member has fallen. Oh, make that a second one. Fluke with the double kill. Akuma going crazy. They secure the Baron and are able to pick up 2 kills on the way out here. That might just be a game-winning play, quite honestly. This is humongous for them. They're gonna move towards the mid lane here, push there. Flash in, Fluke, he's gonna hop out, go back in. Oh, the stopwatch! Will he survive? The answer, no, but he gets the 80 carry. The cat actually picks up the kill there onto the mid laner. Fluke gonna go down to that's OP. But it is a 3-for-1 trade overall, and Baron still available for Akuma. They're gonna get 1 inhibitor here in the mid lane. They've got no minions, so they're just gonna go straight for the Nexus turrets here. Another 5 seconds on Wairito. A few more on the mid lane 80 carry. So they're just gonna try and end the game here. Legoat James very, very low. So is Chaos. Well, hold on. The Nexus is under fire. This may just happen. I think not. Galactus, he's gonna have to last away. Prince the Jobu's gonna go down. Galactus now in trouble. He's got a double binding here, but he's certainly gonna die on the way out. And there comes the stopwatch into the immediate death after that. So they got very close, but are not able to end the game and only get 1 inhibitor out of this one. So while it looked really good, they actually only take 1 inhibitor. Like I think that's good for Akuma, but the fact that they got wiped after that, or at least most of them died, and they weren't able to end the game is a little bit scary to me. Some carry is gonna find Wairito, but she's got a Yumi on her back. I think you lose this one. Well, maybe not. Some carry's going crazy here. He's actually gonna win the 2v1. Yep, that's a second kill. Double kill for some carry. Legoat James comes in, talented, able to kill him. Some carry's gonna go back in onto Porkchop. The healing is pretty big here. Porkchop trying to kite him. The devastating charge, though, is huge. The blast cone not going to be there. Some carry's actually going to use it to get out after getting a triple kill. Now Durst is in trouble. And Akuma turn it all around. Going to come out on top of that one. Only Legoat James going down for them. And now the Hecarim, incredibly strong here on these 4 items. Going to pick up the dragon. And now Akuma might just look to end the game off of this one. If they can get all their members together, take that second inhib, and then move to the bot lane, I think this could be their game. In fact, Talented did not go for the Guardian Angel, went for the Armor Pen and the Grievous Wounds on the Mortal Reminder. Porkchop still working on his Essence Reaver, so he's significantly behind in his build. Compared to the Sivir, anyway. Galactus gonna whiff on everything. And now Akuma didn't really seize the opportunity, so they're just gonna push slow into the enemy base once again. Gonna go towards this top side. Should probably wait for Legoat James to push this bottom side here. Otherwise, they could get outnumbered. And they will back off. Aduris coming in. We'll find a little bit of damage there. Some carry going to make his way out through the jungle. Galactus finds a double binding, but he's going to go down. Porkchop finds a kill. Some carries. 1v1 Aduris on the other side of this one. But in the end, it's just a support pickup. Again, they need to wait for Lego James. Talented almost goes down to the True Shot Barrage. That was a close one. Now Lego James working on this bot lane inhibitor. But we got to fight up in the top side. It's a 3v2 right now. I'm at 3v3. Some carry's going to go ahead. Oh, he's going to fall into the Guardian Angel. Junglers are traded here. 80 carry goes down. And now the crazy damage from Talented might just be too much. Here comes the Corki in with a package. Pork Chop. He's going to get a kill, but goes down before he can find a second one. But now Talented going to clean up the rest of the fight here. Double kill for Talented. Cleaning up what Corki could not. On the hunt, gonna be popped. Trying to save these minions, or kill these minions rather, so they make sure they keep their Nexus from falling. He's about half health. You really gotta be scared of a back door now. The Goat James could totally make it happen. Durst doesn't have any hard CC really, and the Goat James has the teleport, so I think there's a definite opportunity here. But both inhibs are exposed, both remaining ones. Million inhib has still not respawned. We'll see if he, we'll see if they're able to make this backdoor happen, or at least attempt it. I think it's one of their, I think it's pretty viable, especially with the AKM. You could run in and have 2 people on the Nexus. That's probably what I would go for in this situation. I don't really fancy my chances of fighting Talented now that he has a full build. Bloodthirster picked up now as well. Poor Chop's still working on his items, but he's finally got the Essence Reaver and his Zeal. So maybe he can make something happen now. If you can add 2 deadly sources of damage, I think that this, any fight you go for against these guys is pretty much lost at the start. So Akuma have to choose it wisely. 3 inhibs have now respawned. So no real chance of a backdoor, or at least it's going to take a long time to do so. But Baron on the table once again. The Elder Dragon will spawn eventually. And that'll be a second neutral objective, a second big neutral objective. Oh, Coactus gets caught and is forced to flash over the wall there. Another good cocoon. Now, we move back out. USArmy Sports looking to reestablish some vision around this Baron. The scuttle is in favor of Akuma right now, though. And now we go back to clearing minions here for a little bit. Significant disadvantage, though, for Akuma. Their wave clear is nowhere near as good as USArmy Sports. Some pokes being exchanged. 8 kills on this Sivir. Remember, this Sivir was not first picked. Obviously, they're on the red side. The Sivir was picked after the Lux. She wasn't banned, then Lux was first picked, and then Sivir and Yuumi together. Which I think was a crazy combination to give over, but Baron has been started up. Akuma, they're looking for the gauge. A lot of damage done to Wairito. Some carry, though. He's going to have to be forced to dash over the wall. Poke Chop is coming with a ton of damage. So is Talented. The 80 carries have scaled up now, and it's looking to be a crazy tough fight for Akuma to come back from. Already the 80 carries fallen. Now their mid laner's down. Look, Goat James is trying to backdoor. He's got 1 inhibitor here. First the Jobu trying to stop backs. He's going to do so for now. but he just might die. There it is. Pork Chop gonna get the final auto. Some carry, he did not. Blaze well. Legoat James, though. The TP coming in. Legoat James on the Nexus. Talented is here. That's too many autos. That's a dead Jace. An ace. And they will save the Nexus just barely. Legoat James almost made the backdoor play happen, but just not quite enough damage. He goes down. And I think the hopes of Akuma winning with this. Obviously, there's still an open Nexus here, but they cannot lose a fight, it looks like, at this stage in the game. USArmy Sports too strong. Going for the Baron now. They've got 3 strong here. Double 80 carrying the Yuumi. That makes short work of the Baron alongside the double Mountain. And now it should be over to the Elder Drake. Grab double buffs, and this should be a very rapid ending to this game after a long, grindy one. The gold dead even now. USArmy Esports will take a slight lead once they get this Elder. Galactus gonna come in for a little bit of poke, but no chance of stealing. Was way too early. And again, the Nexus is open, but there's no words to TP2, and Legoat James does have the teleport, but again, no way to get in there. Unless he goes for the minions here in the bot lane, but Durus is pushing those guys out. I think highly unlikely you see a backdoor play. Maybe they will attempt it. Durus does not have TP any longer, but Talented does. And Baron Empowered Recall, can't forget that. That's probably better. You'll have Home Guard coming out. Now 9 kills on the Sivir, 8 kills on the Corki. They've certainly reached their win condition now. This ultra late game, they don't have a great tank, great front line here, but they still win these team fights pretty hard. Fluke just really can't combat that. They do not team fight well at all. It's not what they were made to do. Stump carry now find himself in a precarious position on the hunt. He'll hop over the wall though. Talented still giving chase, but the minions will save his life for now, making sure he doesn't get slowed up. So 43 minutes in now. Double buff still on. And oh, they're going to be forced to go back here. A smart play from Akuma, sending Hakram in. He hasn't even gotten into the base yet. But because he's missing, Durus had to back to make sure they weren't going to get backdoored. So the push will be delayed slightly. Some more poke coming out, but some carry. He's on the Nexus here. Durus is here to stop. TP coming back. That's going to be Talented. Pork Chop here as well. They're going to put him into the Guardian Angel here. He's got Triforce, though. 1 or 2 autos. Might do it. Not quite. Still a decent chunk of health on the Nexus. They're not able to make it happen this time. The Go James still is teleported. The Nexus is very low. It doesn't regen health that fast, so there's an opening here for Go James to try and backdoor. Honestly, if this Nexus wasn't open, I think this game would have ended right now, but in order to make sure they don't die to it, they have to all go back, so USArmy Esports keep getting delayed. Princeton Jobu will come through. A fantastic QSS from Princeton Jobu. Barely made it out of there alive. But why Rito going to the back line? Uses his Zonius here. They go James, barely alive as well. Now the Ricochet's coming in. Oh, big shutdown. A huge pal star from Fluke. He's going to find Talented. Now Fluke has to use that stopwatch. He might just go down, though he hops right back into his doom. Now the inhibitor turret has gone down. Pork Chop working on the inhibitor as well. 4 members left alive for USArmy Esports to the 3 of Akuma. And this... Well, hold on. Look, go James. He's going to try and backdoor Galactus. Will go down. The Go James, the auto! The Cocoon not in time. Why Rito just barely not able to find that stun. Go James will finally make the backdoor happen. It took 45 minutes, but finally they're able to end the game out of basically nowhere. The TP, they held on to it for an incredibly long time, but Akuma Blades will finally take it at the end of all this. I thought it was for sure over. They were just too strong, but that open Nexus, man, it always makes you worry. So with that, a crazy ending to game one. Akuma will win it in the end. USArmy Esports looked so strong, but in the end, we're defeated by a backdoor from Go James. A couple attempts, in fact. They finally make it happen. And now we'll be going to game two with the Akuma Blades up 1-0. Alright, here we go. Ready for game number 2. We've got USArmy Sports on the left, Akuma on the right. And to start things off, we do have a Sivir first pick this time. In game 1, we had the Lux first pick into the Sivir here, and I guess that USArmy Sports just kind of like Sivir, and Akuma don't, because they don't ban it, they give it over, and then immediately pick the Lux after, which they did in game 1. They seem to prioritize the Lux more than Sivir, which is really interesting. They're going to pair it up with a Caitlyn now, which definitely seems like a much better lane to play it into here. I think Sivir Morgana, Caitlyn versus Caitlyn Lux, I think Caitlyn Lux is better. Obviously, the double spell shield means that you're probably not going to kill them, but because of the range advantage and the straight-up fighting advantage, poke advantage, I think Caitlyn Lux should be doing pretty well in that lane. And we're going to go back to a couple patches ago here with the junglers, it seems. Gragas versus Rek'Sai here. Akuma got to pick the Rek'Sai up, which feels not as powerful anymore because of the weakness of early game junglers in general. It just does these patches recently have just not favored these types of champions. Unfortunately, they really just struggle now because of the Skullcrab spawns. And Gragas on the other side, another early game jungler who hasn't been seen as much recently, was popular a couple patches ago. Still good though, a very versatile champion. Can be played tank, can be played AP, or a hybrid kind of mix thing. But having these double early game junglers are just ones that are better early on and aren't so scaling focused like a Sejuani. Should mean there's a bit more action here, and I think I actually like that for Akuma. Because you have the Caitlyn Lux, you have a pushing lane and mid lane, and one that you want to support and try and get first turret with. I think that's pretty good that the Rek'Sai's there to try and help out with that strategy. But they do have to do that, play around that here. Fluke's going to actually pick away the Corki here, and Aatrox's only picked on the other side. I'd assume for Duris. It'd be strange to me to put this mid lane against the Corki. But, yeah, so we're going to go for double AD carry, but this time on the other side for Akuma. USArmy Esports will get their Sivir back, but they will not get the double AD carry setup they wanted here. And Malphite's going to be picked up here. So this, I believe, will be AP Malphite in the mid lane, and then Aatrox in the top lane. And then Gragas jungle, Sivir Morgana in the bot lane. And they now know Malphite will be the pick top lane here. So the Goat James is going to go with another tank to combat the tank. It's going to be Goat James on the Dr. Mundo up against Duris' Malphite in the top lane. So this time we're going to have a bit more of a team fighting setup from both these sides. Akuma even more so with a double AD carry here. But we got a Mundo, then the Rek'Sai, and then you got Malphite Gragas. Whereas last game we had a squishy jungler, just non-tank champions in the jungle and top side. So yeah, I'd expect to be more brawly, more team fighty, because the fights last game were very quick. They were over very early, and usually because someone got picked off or the way the fight setup happened, it was really in favor of one side. They kind of killed them before anything could really happen. But this time I'd expect that not to hold true as much. Obviously still pick potential here with a Gragas. Rek'Sai can kill people pretty quick too, but even Lux maybe. Still though, the 5v5 I think may actually be a thing we do this game here. So with that, we've got Akuma up 1-0, trying to close out the series nice and early here up against USArmy Esports. Fighting for that positioning in the Cream Conference. And we're going to see double AD carry composition, this time played by Akuma. So just the shoes on the other foot now, but both teams playing a bit more simplistic in their strategy, a bit more... their team comps are just a bit simpler. and straightforward than they were in game one, where we had a bit of split pushing and poke versus like kind of team fighty with also like a Yorick. So it was kind of interesting last game, but this time will be a bit more orthodox here. So we'll see what they can do here. And we'll be back after just a few minutes when the Spectre Light times out. So stay tuned for game 2 of Akuma Blades versus US Army Esports. And we are now in game here, ready for game number 2. Akuma Blades versus US Army Esports. Akuma Blades coming on the red side, US Army Esports on the blue side here. A little bit of an invade in game 1 from Akuma. This time US Army Esports is going to be the ones to go ahead and look for something. They have a strong level 1 though.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I don't really know if you want to skill Body Slam up first on Gragas, which is kind of required to make level 1 really potent. But looks like they're just stacking because of last game where Akuma invaded them. They did it on the opposite side because they were on the on the opposite side of the rift. They went for the top lane Tri-Brush invade here. So it looks like US Army Sports, just expecting that again, are going to opt to stack here.
Minions have spawned.
Which makes a decent amount of sense here.
Suffer
Quick binding over the wall here from Galactus will get him some Spell Thief procs, but won't really matter in lane. You're going to heal up that damage pretty quick. So now 130. And we're going to have the spawn of the jungle camps. We're going to be on the red buff for both these junglers here. Some carry going to walk towards the Krugs. Wairito going to do the same. Well, he kited towards the Krugs and then walked back towards Raptors. So I don't really know what that's about. Doesn't seem very efficient, but whatever. He's trying to juke me out. I get it. So it will be the Aatrox in the mid lane. Kind of surprised by that, honestly, when I saw that picked, but you know, I can see why it would work, and I think it's better in mid lane than Malphite. So I mean that the team is a lot tankier, but also will be more reliant on physical damage. The only AP damage will be Gragas, and the base damage is from Malphite, of course, but armor stacking going to be pretty viable here on the Mundo. Obviously, the Mundo wants to get MR because of Spirit Visage, but if he just gets like Ninja Tabis, like Randuin's Omen or something, and then a Spirit Visage and maybe Warmogs and another physical damage item. But now Duras in trouble. Some carries coming in. He's found a lot of damage onto Duras. Now Wairito will come here as well. Some carry has the flash. Gonna tunnel out though. Pork Chop coming up from the mid lane as well. Here's the ignite. I think some carry will go down. That's it. First blood. Flash and ignite used by Pork Chop, but he gets the kill. So probably worth it to use both summer spells. Some carry used the flash as well to get away. So it's only really a -1 on the summer spells, and it's for a kill. Looks like in the bot lane, Princeton, Jobu, and Galactus, as predicted, are getting the push on and better end of these trades. Here's Wairito comes up for a gank in the top side onto Lego James. Yeah, as the CS pretty even across the board, but the kill giving the edge here by 400 gold to USArmy support to start things off. But the rest of the lane's farming A-okay. The red buff on Pork Chop isn't that crazy because he's a melee champion, so if he's autoing you, you're probably doing something wrong anyway. Here's a flash forward though. Prince to Jobu. Oh my goodness. Just barely not gonna be able to get the kill. Talented going in on the Galactus. He flashes in. We'll find the kill now. Prince to Jobu, no more summer spells. Gets bound up. Wairito coming in. We'll actually get the kill. Uses Predator. Came in and just stole that one right away from Talented. Maybe he wanted to make sure he didn't die to it, but I see what you're doing there. A nice gank though. Was there at a good timing, at the very least. Now we will have dragon spawning here. Gonna be an ocean dragon to start things off. And now that the Rek'Sai is, a bit behind, the Gragas has done a lot more in the first few minutes of this game. It's not a great sign. Obviously, the Rek'Sai is sort of the thing to bridge the gap between the early game and late game for this team, because everyone but Rek'Sai is a champion that is mediocre in the early game. And then scales well to late game. Now, obviously, Caitlyn's a little bit different because she's a good laner, but then she falls off in the mid game and then scales again. So it's a little bit unique in terms of how she works. But my point is still that they all scale very well. And now some carry coming to the mid lane has only blue buff, no red buff. And Pork Chop has no flash, as I noted from earlier. And some carry will easily get that kill after securing the knock up here. Did not give it to Fluke, importantly. He took that one for himself. Wanted a bit of revenge for the earlier slight against him. And now that he's got the gank in mid lane, some carry will be going on his Ocean Dragon. Galactus here to help. I'm gonna try backing up again, but it doesn't really fix the stuttering too much. Sorry about that. So we'll just try this again and hope it, I don't know, works out. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Not much I can do about it. Unfortunately. Yeah, anyway, on to the Ocean Drake now. Some carrying Galactus are trying to kill this thing. Wairito coming in, though. Will find the body slam. Some carry trades the knockup with him, though. And some carry will get it. Oh, my goodness. The Conqueror is huge there. But now we got Fluke roaming down. Here comes Prince of Jobu as well. Double kill here, though. Talented found Galactus over the wall. Fluke's going to find the kill onto That's OP, though. Now Pork Chop rotating into 2v2. But already a lot of damage done to Akuma's members. And they will flash away. Fluke flashing. And they'll back off on that one here. So now 3 kills for Talented. That does not bode well for Akuma. So they've just given 3 kills to a Sivir for nothing, basically. They got a couple of kills back onto Fluke and 1 onto some carry, but that is not a sequence I'm very happy with if I'm Akuma. Yeah, Talented came back to lane with a BF sword, and he was like, "All right, we can fight. I'm cool with it." And he killed all of them. Plenty of opportunity to shut him down, though, and that's what they're trying to do here. Galactus doing a little fighting over this board, but getting an item disadvantage here for Prince of Jobu, and he's forced to heal as he runs his way underneath his turret. He's only got a dagger. He is sitting on a decent amount of gold here. And he does have BF sword available now if he goes back. But the Sivir has another 1200. So, yeah. That's not good. A little bit of poke, though, from Galactus. Talented has a level 6. Prince of Jobu 6 as well. Sport's lagging a little bit behind in experience. Here comes a gank, though. Wairito flash. Body slam. The cask over. Galactus going to go down. Wairito gets the last auto. So Jobu going to hop on out of there, but he's low as well. He's going to have to go back for sure. A great gank there from Wairito. Here comes the attempted headshot on Talented, but no luck there. The snipe not going to land. Here comes Go James, gonna go in on Duras here. All armor purged up for Duras. And Go James. Oh, Duras can use the ultimate defensively. Try and get away, but I don't think he's long for this world. He's being chased by some carry. Fluke now in trouble. The Ignite is gonna get him. Pork Chop with a solo kill in the mid lane. Some carry still giving chase on a Duras. Flash forward, but he hasn't found the knockup. The ultimate gonna be used though. Some carry gets somebody with his turret, and he will go down. 100% going to trade it out if this Pork Chop gets the last hit on that one. And this looks to be a really terrible start for Akuma here. USArmy Esports. 8-4 in kills, and about 1,500 gold up. Look to be in complete control of this one. Go James going to get a turret plating, but didn't even get an assist for that kill because it took so long. Still, though, it gives him a large CS lead because Duras was running for so long and now just got back to lane with TP after reviving. But Essence we've already completed here at 9.5 minutes for Talented. Princeton of Jobu is not faring as well here. He's got a BF sword and a little bit of gold, but he's nowhere near completing an item. Fluke with the package now. They look to make a play. TS still even in the bot lane here. A slight advantage here in the mid and top lanes for Akuma, but the overall gold not in their favor. As we have a second, or we got the first Ocean Drake rather, that was never taken. And now, oh my goodness! Tons of burst. Talented finds a kill here onto Galactus, and now some carry's gonna get knocked back by the cask, and a second kill here for Talented. 5 total. Now he's giving chase here to Prince of Jobu, who will hop away with a net. But I don't think that's going to get him far away enough. He will flash out of that one, though. We'll survive. The Aatrox coming in as well. Fluke. Gotta be careful, though. Got bound up over the wall. So now 10-4 is the kill score, and an Ocean Dragon picked up for USArmy Esports. Go, James is still faring well in the top lane, but the rest of the map not doing as hot. Mid lane is okay, the jungle's okay, but their counterparts are doing pretty well. And same thing with the AD carry position. It's like, you know, Prince of Job is okay, but his opponent has 5 kills, so that's not a good thing to look at the scoreboard and see. As a binding comes through, oh my goodness. Galactus just almost died there, and now, oh, there's a fight in the top side. Porkchop going ham. Yes, I did that on purpose now. Go, James will have to use his ultimate to run away. I enjoy meat-based puns more than I should. A lovely spot out on some carry, though, with a ward, and they just collapsed on him immediately. No way for him to get out of that one. Another good dark binding here. Talented going forward. A few more autos. Talented will get the kill, but oh no, he goes down. A shutdown for Galactus. Probably would have wanted that on the Prince of Jobu, but now it's a 1v1 for the supports. If dark binding lands here, that's OP trying to kill him with the dirty ground. But unfortunately, he brought a bar of soap, and he's going to be okay. Luke now going to hop away from Porkchop in the mid lane. Now, some carry and Porkchop alongside Fluke will be sparring in the river. Some carry going to find the knockup, and he'll go down to Wairito's body slam. Porkchop trying to find the knockups with those Qs, but Fluke will dodge them, and now the jungler and the mid laner are going to go their separate ways here, so 1-for-1. Again, because of this CS, the goal lead isn't actually as big as it should be right now, so that's a good news for Akuma. Could still find their way back into this one, especially with a double AD carry composition. We'll see what they can do. As another dark binding lands, that OP has hit a lot of them this game. It feels like they have been under siege underneath this turret for forever, but this turret is still continuing to stand. And Najobu and Kabat, what am I? You know what I'm trying to say here. I'm getting all my words tied up. Galactus have kept this turret up for a long time. It will probably go down now that Galactus is back. But the fact they've kept this up past when the turret plating expires is really nice. Wairito? Now I'm going to body slam over the wall, but I think he's just trying to turn back into his death here. Had the flash, but wasn't able to make it to the wall. Couldn't make it far enough to actually get the flash over that one, so he will fall down. A nice pick off there for Akuma. Top lane continuing to be dominated here by Legoat James. Juris has been a bit sheepish this entire time. Yeah. That's all I got. Porkchop and Fluke, though. Trading CS. Fluke with a slight CS lead, but those kills for Porkchop again. Propelling him to a gold lead here, but this double AD carry composition is scaling. The Sivir not up that much in terms of CS. It's just the turret gold. and the kills that are really what got in her head, like where most of the other people. Now go James in trouble. The ultimate lands and Talented coming in. The call to battle was answered by Duris. And the hunt and the prey was found. I mean, that was a rather quick exit there for Legoat James. Here comes the gank in the mid lane. Pork Chop gonna use the ultimate, but that doesn't revive you anymore, dude. And now some carry and Fluke gonna have to battle it out against Rito underneath his turret. They're gonna go in. Here comes the ultimate from some carry. Finds a kill here. Now Coactus and Talented are gonna go at it. Coactus has that red buff, but I don't think you can trade autos with a Sivir now. The Ignite and the spell damage, though, helping her out. Some carries gonna go down to the binding of That's OP. Coactus flashing forwarded. Talented. Well, gonna get out of there okay, but had to flash. So, support for AD carry flash, something you take every time. And here comes That's OP. He's found Coactus. The heal, though. We'll keep them alive for now. That's OP, though, with the stopwatch. He's gonna get rooted out of this one. And Prince Jobu. Oh, no! The binding! Oh, my goodness, that's OP. That's OP. Stopwatch, Zonia's, it's too good of an item there. Outplays for days. That's OP goes 2v1 and is able to take out both members of the bot lane of Akuma. Fluke now has found himself in a rough place. Pork Chop finding all of his knockups. Fluke's got a flash here. The Yomu's going to come in, and now Duris is going to... Oh, actually, Fluke finds a kill, Duris. He's going to slow him up here with the stone. Flashes in, we'll find the kill, but it's still a 1-for-1 trade and a flash. Fluke somehow got something out of that. And now Rift Herald. Was started, but then immediately stopped. I don't really know what that was about. But, we're moving to Dragon instead here. Why Rito gonna hop out of the pit? Some carry comes in, and I don't think the 1v1 is in his favor. So, he's gonna back out of that one. Some carry flashes onto Y Rito. It's definitely a very dead Gragas here. That's a dead Lux as well. And Talented going ham on the Prince Najobu. He'll find a double kill. Duris there for the tank, and now That's OP trying to steal this dragon. Some carry does have smite and will use it. Secures the dragon for his team.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And here comes the package from Corki, just gonna end up being wave clear. Infinity Edge now complete for Princeton Jobu, which is great, but he's also like an item and a half behind Talented, which is not great. Fluke, on the other hand, though, he's got his Triforce, he's got a BF sword. He's in a decent spot here, so this double-bladed carry is scaling. Who knows, maybe they'll be able to hit their Wing Edition. Get to that late stage in the game where they really want to be. Right now, based on the pace, it seems like they'll get there, but they still have to contend with a Sivir, so even if they make it to 25, 30 minutes, it's no guarantee they'll win. But here comes another nice finding from That's OP. Pork Chop gonna get the, or That's OP gets the last hit, actually. Pork Chop provided some of the damage. But That's OP has been really good on this Morgana. He's got 5 kills of his own. 5, 1, and 5. He's had a really good game there. Iron Sensor was built first here by Coactus. A strong item here, and especially with the double-bladed carry. Very, very valid. So now 19.5 minutes in. The goal lead about 4K. Talented and a few of his buddies gonna try and do some damage to this mid lane turret here. Logo James gonna push out the bottom wave. Princeton Joey gonna push out the top wave for Akuma. Baron gonna spawn here in just a couple of seconds. Well, the Mountain Dragon and double AD carry, very, very possible they could take it early on, but actually finding an opening is tough to do for Akuma here, as they do not have control of the map right now. Pork Chop and Wairito gonna find Goat James in the side lane here. He's kind of fast though. Here's a good cast, but Goat James is coming back in now that the Grievous Wounds has expired. He wants some more. And that collapse in the side lane didn't really work out. The Ignite wasted. The Predator wasted, and some damage gonna be done in the mid lane here for Akuma. Talented wasn't here to defend, and they lose the turret, the mid lane outer, because of that. No one to cover, and down goes the turret here, so very nice for Akuma. Now Pork Chop found, he's gonna hop over that wall, and immediately followed by some carry with the ultimate. Can't escape from the void, my friend. As Talented will trade this turret in the mid lane here, so evening things up, but member of his team does get caught. In exchange for that, Prince of Jobu just trying to farm up here in the side lane. Now, some jungle camps can be stolen away, but Goat James is gonna get a turret in the bottom side. So most of the outers have been dropped here. The only outer left is the top lane outer turret for USArmy Esports. Predator gonna be popped here, looking for a play in the mid lane perhaps. Some carry and Fluke. A little bit too exposed. Some carry will... Oh, huge ultimate. Fluke and some carry both get knocked up by Durus. This is going to be a really bad fight here for Akuma. Goat James is going to get away, but the jungle and Miller are not as fortunate. Goat James flashes in here onto That's OP, but That's OP with good reactions. We'll get out. Galactus on the other side. With help from a slow from his top laner, we'll be okay. Prince of Jobu now being chased by Talented, and I think he just might die. There you go, one more auto. Talented will find the kill. Prince of Jobu 05 now. He's only worth 200 gold. Dragon and Baron will both be spawning. We'll let they take this mid lane inner turret here. And on the inhibitor turret. There you go. USArmy Esports trying to break this one open. Here comes Fluke with the package. Gonna find some damage. That's OP. Gonna get jumped on, but a great binding will mean Fluke is in trouble. He's gonna fly away the Valkyrie, but oh my goodness, the rockets are great. The binding even better. And now a huge play off the back of this one. Akuma might have just found their way back in here. Another big shutdown, and they might just get more here. Akuma continuing to give chase. The Void Seeker will land, and I think that may just be an ace here. Wairito, the last one alive, he'll go down an ace. And that might give them the Baron, as well as the Dragon off the back of it, perhaps. Akuma gonna go right over to it. Again, double-weighted carry, Mountain Dragon, and an Ardent Censer for them. This thing's gonna go down really quick. It's basically gonna be paper to them. And the gold is swung back to be in their favor. Akuma have actually taken a gold lead now. A few pings going down onto that dragon. Both teams are aware of it. Talented going to take the red buff though before they head over that, so some carry will start this one up and likely get it. So a double mountain here with Baron is going to be super powerful. No smite though. Okay, didn't need it. Went to 100 health. That could have been bad. But they get the dragon. Easy peasy. And some carry going to go back, finish up an item. And now they're going to move out. Some carry is 9 kills Fluke with 6. Princeton Jobu is 0-5-3 right now. The mid jungle duo is doing very well for Akuma. Plus, Lego James has been putting on a lot of pressure as well in the top lane. He's up 60 CS. I think doing a good job there. Some blue buffs gonna be taking some jungle camps. Akuma's kind of being slow about this one. I guess waiting on Corky's item here. Wanted to get the rapid fire cannon before they started making their way out. But the call will be to go for this top lane outer first, while Sivir's in the bot lane clearing minions. They can find their opening there. But now just Duras here, and Lego James might find some damage. The rest of the members of Akuma going to be pushing in the top side, so a 4v4 and a 1v1. Porchap going to go in, finds damage on Fluke, but he'll hop out of there. Porchap going to be forced to flash defensively. Backwards. Coactus finds some damage onto him. Binding gonna miss here. Lego James gonna usher another wave into the bot side. Again, double mountain's gonna speed things up. Plus the demolish proc gonna do a lot from Lego James. Actually, just gonna kill the turret straight up with that demolish. And gonna use the ultimate here. He might just chase down Duras. The cleavers are landing, but because Porkchop is here, Lego James gonna back off and just piece the heck on out of there. Oh my goodness, that was a crazy crit from Fluke. If there's any indication that he is strong right now, that was that. That was one auto attack from him. Talented. 2-3 autos maybe. But now Fluke in trouble. He's going to get engaged on. Knocked back in by the cast. Down he goes. Duras uses the ultimate, but probably dead already. Now, oh my goodness. This is a mess from Akuma. 2 of their members get picked off. That was really sloppy. They were just too far up. And now Princeton Jobu is going to be forced to go back. I don't know why Princeton Jobu is in the side lane. This is just so weird from Akuma. Very, very sloppy, in my opinion. Back, Princeton Jobu going to get caught off. Flashes over the wall here. Coactus is with him in support. Porkchop now running away. Will dash beyond the binding. They're giving up the inhibitor turret here in the mid lane, and the most likely inhibitor, in exchange for this top lane inner. I think you kind of have to. I mean, maybe they could have gone back and defended, but who's to say? So now 28 minutes in, the gold only 1,000 or so apart here. Akuma are slightly favored, but no neutral objectives for another couple of minutes. We'll see what that means. His Baron is now expired. Luke gonna take the red buff. Princeton Jobu still 0-5-3. He's only got 2.5 items. I don't even know if you can call it a half item. He's got a Kinesia shard and a dagger. On the other hand, Talented now has 3 crit items and a Bloodthirster. So that doesn't seem very even. Both of the tanks, though, have a decent amount of items. The junglers, same thing. There's a difference in mid lane, though, in the anti-carry position. Quite significant ones. Princeton Jobu continuing to just go to the side lane here to try and farm. He's down about 60 CS to Talented. There'll be an ocean spawning here. Baron will spawn in another minute. There'll be plenty of time to take the ocean if they want to. Legoat, James, and Darius both have teleport. The blue cast as well. Flashed over. That's OP. Has found Coactus. Gonna find the Soul Shackles. Stun. May just find the kill here. The Ignite gonna come down, but Stopwatch is here for both of these supports. The Zoni is really good, but both supports will fall. Pork Chop now going in. Oh, big ultimate from Duras. They might have just won this fight here. Someone carries gonna die as soon as he comes down with his ultimate here, and there's no Prince Najobu here. Just Legoat James 1v4. Flashing in on a Talented. The cast gonna save Talented's life, and this just might be USG Sports game. I think they might have ended it here. They have double Super Minion coming down the mid lane. 30 minutes in here. They don't have the mountains, but Akuma with 2 sloppy plays here, and I think they just might have lost the game off of it. Really terrible way to lose it, but down they go. It looks like Prince Najobu, the last one alive, and not for long. An ace comes through. Talented with his 11th kill of the game. Sivir seems like a good champion. I don't know. She seems pretty good. That's OP also had a really good game on Morgana here. Overall, a really good performance from the bot lane, but yeah, I don't know about leaving open the Sivir. Seems good. To me, the series will get tied up 1-1 here. So, a pretty a pretty convincing victory there at the end of things. Things were even for quite a while, but the last couple of fights were lights out. Prince Najobu ends the game 0-6-3, really struggled that time. Some carry and Fluke were strong at moments, but the majority of the game really could not do much. Alrighty, ready for game 3. We got Akuma on the blue side, USA on the red here. There was some confusion over the side selection. It looks like I think US wanted to play blue side again or something. But you can't, because we automatically switch sides every game in the series. In the playoffs, I believe one team gets to select the side that they want to be on. You know, like with the higher seed gets to select the side basically to start with, but you have to switch each game, no matter what is the way. So those are the sides you're on. Anyway, the picks, the bans. We got Draven, Kled, Morgana here for Akuma. On the other side, USA, LeBlanc, Sejuani, Hecarim. So a little bit of adaptation here, but you know, for the series, but staying pretty standard here. And they finally learned Akuma are gonna first pick the Sivir here. I don't know why it took them 2 games to realize that Sivir was good and that they should ban it or pick it, but they finally did it. And yeah, they're gonna have Sivir now. Honestly, I don't even know if USA will pick the Lux away, so they might even get that, and that seems to be what Coactus wants to play. Yep, in fact, USA is going to pick Mordekaiser, which I think is a good pick simply for his ultimate. You know, being able to deny Sivir from getting into the team fight is humongous. And just the ability to keep yourself alive in certain scenarios. There was a game where we had Mordekaiser played this weekend where 5 members basically collapsed on Mordekaiser. He then ulted the support, killed the support, came out of the ultimate, used Zonia's, and then his team re-engaged while that was all happening. And the enemy team was sort of caught unawares. They were like, oh my goodness, we thought we had a pick, and then just got turned around on him. So he's like, his ultimate's just super, super powerful. Now the Jarvan will be added to the roster here for USA. Did see a lot of Olaf play yesterday, and Jarvan was picked up against that, but this time it's a blind Jarvan. And Olaf really hasn't been anything either team wants. They've played Rek'Sai, they played Gragas, a few early game junglers, but no one opting for the Olaf here, and Karma getting picked up with the Sivir here, so lots of movement speed. This might actually be a game for an Olaf. Could also be a game for a Skarner. There's a lot of options here for Akuma that would synergize well with the movement speed they've got going with On the Hunt for the Sivir, and just Karma with her ability to speed people up, speed the entire team up, or just speed one person up. I think that you could combo well with this. So I think I'd really like a Skarner or an Olaf, something that would benefit a lot from it. Preferably the Skarner, I think, because it's better into Jarvan, I think. But they're going to go for the Corki, so going to try and run the double AD carry again. The game they actually won was the game that they didn't have double AD carry. They had a normal mid laner and the Zoe. I say normal mid laner. Corki's a normal mid laner by now, but like a mage. And then they beat the double AD carry, and then they started picking the double AD carry composition and lost the last game. They're going to try it again here. They think it's good. Jaina going to be added. Interesting that you pick it up now. I mean, like, I really don't have a concern that they would ban the Jaina away, to be honest. I feel like I would just pick my AD carry now and then pick the Jaina later. Because they already have the counter pick on the AD carry, and then now Akuma can ban away AD carries if they want to make life difficult for USArmy esports. Right. And you already have the Draven banned away, which is a good champion with Jaina. And now they're going to ban the Caitlyn away, and I'd imagine another AD carry after this. USArmy esports, in the meantime, though, we're going to ban away top laner. Is going to ban away the Riven. We'll see if they continue with that theme or if they go to something else. They ban away a jungler. They're going to go with a Vladimir here, so going to stick with the top lane bans. Up against Lego James. And wow, they're taking a lot of time to think these picks over here. So Tristana by Akuma. So yeah, they just go double AD carry ban. I think that Caitlyn Tristana takes away a lot of options now for USArmy Esports. I mean, like, what does Talented really want to play here? The Vayne, okay, he's gonna go for the Vayne pickup. Huh. I mean, I think it's good, but after the nerfs to Rageblade, it's not as good. You don't have that incredible spike of 2 items. Your laning phase is still really bad. Um, we'll see if it works here. Could be good, but right now, USA has incredibly low range. You have a Jarvan, Mordekaiser, Vayne, all very low range champions up against a Corki Sivir with a Karma to give them sort of buffering and alpha movement speed on you. And then Darius is going to be picked up with this here for Legoat James in the top lane. Going to go up against that Mordekaiser most likely. And now we got the... Okay, they switched it up to an Amumu. That is interesting. Again, a low range composition here, so USA has to get very, very tight onto Akuma to make a play, and then if you do that, Amumu can just kind of press R. All of a sudden, he denies you getting onto the backline. Your backline can kite away, especially with the Karma movement speed. Karma can also boost Amumu in. I actually really like this pick in this situation here. Alawi's going to be picked up alongside the rest of the members, so they're going to make even more low-range team comp with the Alawi. Her mobility is going to be denied by Amumu, so I think Akuma have a really fantastic draft here. I really like it for them. USArmy Esports, if they can get on top of Akuma, I think they can destroy them because they're not really that tanky. Darius is decently tanky. Amumu is tanky once he gets a couple items, especially with Aftershock procced. But Vayne kills tanky champions pretty quickly, and just the bruisery nature of USArmy Esports, I think they'll be really, really strong at 20 minutes, whereas Akuma will not be, assuming they don't get a ton of crazy kills early on. And then you have a real problem on your hands. So, I mean, this game could go either way. Definitely understand where both teams are coming from with their compositions, but we'll just see who ends up taking it here. And I'd imagine it's going to come down to fighting. It's not going to be really a macro-oriented game. Obviously, that's important, but I think the team fights are what's going to be deciding that. Well, what's decided for the most part in this series, despite when teams have tried to play a more macro-oriented style with their drafts. So now we're going to get in the game here. It looks like Darius is going to go for the Ghost. Corki and Sivir both going for the Teleport, which I definitely, taking Teleport and Corki and Sivir, I think are both good champions to take it on. The only issue is that not having defensive summoner spells for later on in the game, I really do worry about. The teleports are good, but you're not going to get any use out of them later on, really. And having a defensive summoner spell would be huge if you're up against a Vayne, having a heal. Having a heal as a Corki or a barrier or something for, Jarvan jumping on you and trying to get out of that. So that is something to take note of, that they won't have that ability, but we'll see if they can make use of these TPs. So stick around for a few more minutes and we'll get right into game 3. Alright, a quick pause, but looks like we are ready to go for this game number 3 here. Yeah, there's a little bit of poke gonna come out here and there, but nothing crazy so far. No invade. Had invade game 1, a stacking game 2, but nothing happening here to change a level 1 in any drastic manner. But gonna have an exciting matchup in the top lane. Darius versus Alawi should be a pretty crazy one. Got a Mumu as well in the jungle. That's exciting to see. Mordekaiser, seen him twice so far with 2 different builds. So we'll see if there is some sort of follow-up to that or not. A different follow-up, I should say, like a different build. That wasn't very clear what I was saying. But now, both junglers gonna be on the bot side here. Amumu on that red buff. Wairito on that blue buff here. Actually, Wairito, I guess I was not paying attention because I was trying to make graphics, trying to fix graphics and stuff, and Wairito has flashed. I don't know when that happened. I don't know if he like hit F by accident or what, but yeah, he flashed. So that happened. No time to go back now. We can't turn back. I can only move forward. I'm basically a shark. But yeah, I can just be a full clear of the bot side here for Wairito, and then some carry gonna do red raptors, wolves, blue. So they're both gonna end up in the top side. The timing on where they're gonna be, it'll be a little bit different. Now Mumu looking for a gank. He's got level 3. Gonna have the bandage toss. Try and set something up here. Duris flashes, but the bandage toss will land here. Duris in trouble. Duris gonna go down. First blood. Mumu will actually pick it up with his crying. Got some jalapenos in his eyes and burned Duris to death. Now mid lane pork chop is gonna be fighting Fluke. A good trade for him, getting that pullback. Some Pokken exchange in the bot lane. Galactus and Prince Najobu doing really well so far, but they are running low on mana. That is a concern for them. Throughout this lane here, as talented. Gonna be hit with Ignite. Galactus gonna be hit as well. Galactus actually in some serious trouble. Will just survive. He has no heal. Prince Najobu took TP. So nothing to save him there. As, oh, another big hit from the Karma. But now, a significant gold lead here, over 1,000 for Akuma. The first blood helping out, but also the CS differences here in every lane. Jungle's dead even, but the lanes are winning. It's no shame you're even in CS when you got a gank off early on as the Amumu. Now Wairito gonna come down, but he's spotted out on a ward. So no play on the bottom side there. Now look, Goat James. Over double the CS of Duris right now. Up a level as well. I think the 1v1 will definitely belong to him. Just trying to clear out the tentacles to make sure nothing crazy happens. Quick pullback here. Look, the Goat James gonna swing his hammer around, freeze time for a bit, and then go back to doing what he's doing. So this CS lead still double here. Actually pretty nuts. With the way the wave is right now, Duris really can't do much of anything. Mid lane, a significant advantage for the Corki. Bot lane is basically dead even now. Now another gank topside. Some carry gonna find the bandage toss again. Lego James finds the pull, uses the ghost, but hangs on to the flash. Another successful gank. Duris did not have his flash back up after the last gank, and it's a real nightmare for him up in the top side. Wyrito and some carry going at it. Some carry will get the big frog. Now a fight in the bot lane. That's OP. Trying to find a kill. Talented flash forward finds the kill onto Coactus, and now Prince of Jobu forced to retreat. That's to be flashing in with Ignite. That seemed a bit optimistic, but still they win the 2v2. They're able to get the kill there. So something gained back, but they're still down 1,500 gold here. Akuma's off to a great start in this game. Now Fluke gonna get trapped by Porkchop in the ultimate, the Death Realm. Well, is it trapping Porkchop or Fluke? Who knows? Actually, it is gonna trap Fluke here. Porkchop with the Ignite goes down, and we'll find the kill there. Porkchop with a solo in the mid lane. Coactus coming in. Will not find. Oof, just a little bit off on that one, and not able to find the kill. Now, some plates going to be knocked away here. 2-2 in kills, 1,000 gold lead for Akuma still. And an Ocean Dragon spawning first. And someone could probably get that now, because Akuma will have priority in the bot lane, I think, going forward. Or, excuse me, not Akuma. USArmy will probably have priority in the bot lane going forward, now that they've picked up that 2v2 kill. But Wyrito is moving down. Some carries at Krugs right now. Kalakas and Fluke, though. Good dodge out. Will not get pulled back. The Cataclysm coming down, though. Wyrito has found Kalakas. Kalakas will go down. That'll be Porkchop with the kill. And that may allow them to take this dragon. They've got a control ward, but we'll put it down. And they'll take the bot lane will come over. Wyrito. Lot back in, and they're going to take this Ocean Dragon here at 8 minutes, well, 9 minutes now. Not a crazy good timing to take it, but still solid. And there you go. As easy as you would like, they get the Ocean Dragon. Goat got another pull on Duris here. Flashes away, and Goat not gonna. Oh, he's gonna flash in. Finds the ultimate, but the stacks had already passed out. Or expired, excuse me. But still, with the Ghost, the Goat is gonna find the kill. A little bit sloppy, but he gets it in the end. That's all that really matters. Failed gank here in the bot lane, and some damage gonna be giving that. The Goat now is in the death room. We'll heal up for the moment. Porkchop, though, trying to find the kill. Some carries coming in. He does miss the bandage toss, but will keep Porkchop from giving chase. So it'll save Goat James' life. As some more trading in the bot lane. Sivir up in CS here. Everyone up in CS right now for Akuma, contributing to their gold lead. Even the support. As that's OP, got ignited and he went pretty low. Some carry here. What a play over the wall. Saw him backing underneath the turret. Wyrito. A little bit I don't even know if you call that a greedy back spot. He was underneath the turret, and some carry just goes with the bandage toss. Excuse me, with the bandage toss, finds the ultimate as well. Durst giving chase to some carry, but I think he'll get away. So the jungler, the jungle Akuma having the time of his life. And has more chunk outs in the bottom lane. Akuma. Prince and Jobu and Coactus are probably having their best laning phase to date. Now Galactus is gonna get jumped on here. The Cutlass active was used, and that forced his flash out. Alongside that final hour ultimate, so. Couple cooldowns. We'll be an Ocean Dragon spawning next here. Good condemn here from Talented. He's going to find the third proc for the Silver Bolts, get the kill. Very nice 2v2 kill once again on the hunt. Popped. Luke giving chase. Flashes forward. Talented will dodge out on the rocket. It's me. Will go down though. Fluke finds him with the bomb. Is that... I think it's Phosphorus Bomb. Yeah, it is Phosphorus Bomb is the name of that ability. A beautiful, beautiful shot there. He's able to land it and find the kill onto the support. The AD carry lives though. So not perfect, but good enough for Akuma, and they'll get many of these platings, and probably the first turret here. Yeah, definitely the first turret if they keep at this. And they'll share the goal between the two most important players here, the two AD carry champions. Really nice sequence there for Akuma, extending their lead significantly. The goal lead over 4K now, and the GOAT James getting a cover for the mid lane. Well, Coactus is actually up in the top side with some carry to clear out those minions. So, really nice cover by them. Really good rotations by Akuma. So 13.5 minutes in. Akuma in full control of this one. A couple more seconds left for platings, but unlikely any more will be taken. As now a pull in the mid lane onto Duras. He's gonna go down once again. James finds a dunk. Talented. Gonna get dunked, but he may just survive. Yes, he will. Porkchop gonna flash away from the AD carry of Akuma. Prince Jobu is 0-0-1, but he's already got the Essence Reaver very strong right now. Flashes into Porkchop. He will find the kill. Prince Jobu gets on the board, finding his first kill of the game. Talented actually is 3 now. And Duras is 0-4. An unfortunate start to the game here for him. Here comes Fluke. Poking with the rockets. The dragon should go over there. A good smite from Wairito. We'll find their second Ocean Dragon. So we'll be actually Rylai's first year for Porkchop. Last time the Mordekaisers play mid, it was Gunblade into Lichbane. This game is going to be Rylai's into Leandri's, which is a much cheaper build, but doesn't give you any CDR. And it gives you more utility and more tankiness, more health, so. Well, more tankiness is objective because Gunblade heals, but you can't get bursted as fast with the more health, so it sort of depends on how you look at it. As the GOAT James gonna wait in the brush here for Porkchop. He's gonna come out swinging here with his axe. Porkchop gonna knock him away. Kind of like Flight, you can cast that the claw from Mordekaiser in both directions. But it's better because you can move during it, so when you actually knock someone away, it's easier to actually get away from them. At least in that sense. I think Flay's a better ability overall, but I think in that sense, I like Mordekaiser's version better. And now Prince Jobu trying to make his way over to this turret in the top side, but Wairito will push him back, and Duras will pick up the CS here. He's down 40 CS to his lane opponent, but, you know, he got kind of smashed in the laning phase because of all those ganks. Rift Herald going to be collected here by the Amumu. Some carry going to summon. Oh, no! The interrupt! But now he's going to go down for it. I think that may... Well, it's a flash and an ultimate out of the Janna. It may still be worth it. Mid lane turret goes down regardless, though. So I don't know. You have to do some math on that one, maybe. And oh, here comes Talented. Or rather, there he goes, I suppose. Down. And back to the fountain. He has 3 kills. I believe there's some shutdown gold in that as well. Another good bandage toss from some carrier will pick up a kill, but now the Cataclysm comes down on him. He's going to go back in onto Wairito. And the damage from Fluke going to force Wairito back, but Porkchop will find the kill onto the Amumu. Some carry. Going to die his first death of the game. The GOAT James going to back off here. And Akuma will all reset. But a nice sequence there. They get the mid lane turret. That's really crucial. Kawakt is coming in. We'll find the route onto Porkchop. And now he's in the death realm. And Porkchop will certainly win this 1v1. Kawaktus with a flash, but he can't get any farther from that, and he will go down. And that is the power of the Mordekaiser ult, man. It's just so insane. You can't... No one can help you get away from that. And he can't be DPS while that's happening, though. So, like, when he tunnels on you, it just... You can't get away. If you're a backline, you know, kind of champion. It's impossible. And he just smashes you. Both teams, though, have very strong carries right now. The mid lane and AD carry positions for both teams very strong. Akuma have a strong top laner, though, which... Not really possessed by USArmy. An Athene's rush out of Galactus, though. He hasn't upgraded his support item at all, so he has no wards right now. He went straight for Athene's. Not even the tier 2 item. Here comes the package. A bit underwhelming, though. Will not cut off anyone. Blue Buff attempted to be stolen here. The smite will come through. Some carry gonna get that one. As Prince and Jobu and Galactus siege up this inner turret in the top lane, 2v1. Dragon will be spawning soon. So Akuma won't have as many members to contest that. Prince and Jobu has no TP, it's on cooldown. Now, the mid lane turret will fall. Akuma continuing to move around and push their advantage here. Bot lane continuing to push on the top side of the map. Just going to ignore the Ocean Dragon for now. As Vision is trying to be retained here, or rather gained back for US Army Sports. Reclaimed, retaken in their own jungle. Oh, just barely. Coactus got out of there. I mean, if he could have got interrupted and would have surely gone down, but the claw didn't come back fast enough. Now the Ocean Dragon. Gonna be taken. This will be third Ocean Dragon for US Army Esports. Which, I mean, isn't that like crazy good in this situation? So now we have the Baron, but it looks like the focus right now for Akuma is a split push. Look, James going to be in the bot lane, trying to find that inner turret there. US Army Esports going to start up this Baron, but that seems a bit risky. They have no Mountain Dragons, just Oceans. Look, James has no TP. He cannot join. Good spell shift from Prince Jobu. Oh my goodness, in the backline, some carry finds a kill. A decent ultimate from him. Fluke and Prince Jobu still alive. The Death Realm, though, will claim his life. Prince Jobu goes down. Fluke, the only one left. An interesting fight there from them. I think they committed a bit too hard. Should have just continued to poke, and Akuma pay the price. Lego James going to get the inner turret. But Fluke, he's getting a little bit aggressive. Oh, will find the kill on a sword. The Janet goes down. Absolutely blown up there. That OP just face tanked a rocket and an auto from Fluke and died. And now back onto the Baron here. US Army Esports going to go for it once again. TP coming through. So they will have 4 members on this. Just a support dead right now for US Army Esports. Baron about half done, and I don't know if they're going to get here. It seems unlikely. And everyone will get out. Oh! Look out, James gonna flash in, trying to interrupt the backs, but everyone gets away from US Army Esports. Talented is sitting here taking the Raptors, but everyone else is fine. Rageblade still not acquired for him. He's sitting on 2,000 gold now, so I think he'll have it on back. Yeah, definitely will. So he's on his 2-item spike, a little bit, excuse me, a little bit behind the curve there, but. But once you get to these 2 items as a Vayne, even with a nerf version, you're still very strong. Not as strong as previous versions, but you're good. The issue is right now, Sivir and Corki both have their 2 items. They are very strong as well. Now, a little bit of a siege here in the mid lane. Prince Jobu going to be forced back by the tentacles here of Laui. When you get your soul ripped out of your body, it's generally not very comfortable, I would imagine. I mean, call me crazy, but I would imagine so here, but this Baron going to allow them to try to power through here. US Army Sports. Oh, good. Bandage toss. Good Jan ultimate, though. And now, oh my goodness, Corki with a flank Fluke here with the package all the way in the back. A ton of damage coming through. Double kill for the Sivir. Make that Another kill. Wairito gonna get one back. But that was a huge fight. Some carry forced out the Janna ultimate very early on because of the bandage toss, and then all of a sudden the flank from Corki with the package won in the fight. 3-for-1 trade. The AD carry is dead. No wave clear left, really. This might be Akuma's time to shine here. No Mountain Dragons, but maybe they can take this with double AD carry. Oh, look, Go James in the death realm here, up 1v1ing Pork Chop. Pork Chop will win that one quite easily. And that will probably halt the push there. The Baron minions as well. USArmy Esports are going to hold on to their turrets here. I thought that might have been an opportunity to break open an inhibitor there, but will not happen because of that incredible ultimate from the Mordekaiser. Makes any situation a 1v1. And the Baron buff still on a couple members was key there. An Infernal Dragon spawning now. The first dragon that is not an ocean. We had 3 oceans in a row. That is highly unlikely, but it occurred. Mumu is here looking for a steal, maybe. This could be a big dragon. He's gonna go over! Oh no! The steal! Some carry picks up the steal of the Infernal Dragon. The first dragon that, honestly, they've cared about. They have not made an attempt to take any of these before, but Akuma certainly care about the Infernal, and they get it. Smite steal from some carry. Now the ricochets are doing an incredible amount of damage. Wairito almost dies to just ricochets. Darius and Talented will also make it out, but on very low health bars. They have the ocean, so they'll be fine in a few seconds here, but now Akuma up by 5k. They did lose that last Baron, but they get the Infernal here. This game's still very much up for grabs here at the 27-minute mark. Dead even in kills here as well. Double QSS picked up for the double AD carry of Akuma. And now Prince Jobu in trouble. Here comes the flag and drag from Duris. The Cataclysm will land on a Prince Jobu. Nope, he will flash, but he dies in the end here. Good old Fiamumu doing a lot of damage here, but the Alawi tentacles are slapping everyone down. It's just Fluke left. The top laner nowhere to be seen. Lego James did not even arrive for that fight. It is a 2v3 situation. Maybe they can make something happen if they're able to kill Talented right off the bat. Lego James looking for a flash pull play. Talented, gonna take a few autos here. That's a lot of damage. So gets pulled in though. Here comes Lego James. Flash pull. He finds both carries. Talented and Poor Chop in trouble, trying to kite their way back. Poor Chop goes down. Talented with the autos, finds the kill onto Fluke. A big play there. They almost turn it around with a double pull, but no. Talented able to kill them both. What a play. This game is going to end in a pretty explosive way, I would imagine. And now Galactus in trouble. Talented giving chase. He's got 9 kills, seemingly out of nowhere. These last couple of fights, he's been doing a lot of damage, picking up a lot of kills. The Ardent Sensor helping out quite a bit with this on-hit build. TP's coming in. Duris is going to join the fight. Prince Jobu sort of cut off the rest of the team. On the Hunt can be used defensively. Everyone from Akuma trying to come in and join USArmy is going to reset. And Wairito going to flag and drag out of there. Now the Baron will be started here by Akuma. Pork Chop gonna find the pull onto the goat. Here comes, oh my god, the package big again. Durst, though, as the allow doing so much damage, he will go down. Pork Chop in the Death Realm onto some carry. He will go down, so no more jungler, no more smite here for Akuma. Prince of Jobu gets deleted here by the Cataclysm. Big pull by the goat James, but there's no damage to back it up here. A double kill for the Mordekaiser. Pork Chop. Again, the ultimate's so powerful from that Mordekaiser. Luke can poke around with some rockets, maybe. There is smite available in a couple seconds here. Smite available for the Jarvan. He will smite the Baron, and that'll secure that. USArmy Esports, now with their second Baron of the game, as long as they don't die again, I think they're in a good situation. So now Pork Chop gonna get the blue buff. His build is it's got a lot of health. It's pretty tanky and it does a lot of has a lot of utility, but he has no CDR basically. So the blue buff gonna really help in these late game team fights. Another Infernal here. There was some brilliance from some carrier earlier on to steal the first Infernal Dragon. I don't know if he can do it again. Pork Chop going in, but he's 1v5 basically. Oh my goodness, Rito with a huge Cataclysm. Another big Akuma ult, but it's just not enough. Everyone dead already from Akuma. Fluke the only one left. He's got double buffs in a dream, but I think that it will quickly end if he decides to go in here. Another big fight, a decisive one from Akuma. Or from, excuse me, USArmy Esports. It was decisive from Akuma as well because they all died. But not in the way they wanted it to be. Now Pork Chop will take this Infernal Dragon, while the rest of the team pushes the top lane. Gonna pick up this inner turret and most likely the inhibitor turret and the inhib before someone needs to go back here. Fluke gonna force Pork Chop off of this dragon. At least push him back for now. Fluke is delaying, but I don't think he can really commit anywhere. Galactus gonna slow up Talented here. Akuma, Fluke giving chase. A lot of damage, but will not be able to continue. And now, Pork Chop split pushing with the Baron. That's not something you see Mordekaiser's doing all the time. But we'll get the turret. The Vayne does a lot of damage. She has 4 items completed. The Sivir will have 3 in just a moment here. She's got 3 and then a bunch of utility items. She's only down 2,000 gold. Basically. Well, she actually hasn't completed that Zeal item. She should on back, yeah. She'll complete the Zeal item when she hops back to the fountain there. But then she'll only have 3 items, and then she has QSS and Grievous Wounds. So, it seems that every fight has been won for USArmy Esports in the last couple of minutes. I don't know how you win as if you're as Akuma. I mean, they have the double-bladed carry. I think that they need to find they need to pick up the Vayne early on and make sure that, you know, like, either some carry gets the bandage toss onto her or gets the ultimate, preferably both, obviously. But they need to lock her up, prevent her from moving around, kill her as quickly as possible, and then focus on Porkchop on this Mordekaiser as well. But I think it's all about killing the Vayne is really the name of the game here. Obviously, make sure you're not running into everyone, but here comes the engage. They go in. Porkchop will, some carry will find a decent ultimate, I think, if he gets in there. Great Cataclysm, though, from Wyrito. Fluke kiting out of this one. This might just go the way of Akuma, but here comes Porkchop. He's doing so much damage, and oh my goodness. He went untouched. The Vayne went untouched, and Talented just destroyed them. A ridiculous fight there. And the 80 carry and Porkchop on the Mordekaiser go untouched. Talented and Porkchop just win the game here for them on the last team fight. Fluke the only one remaining for Akuma. And this looks to be the end. USArmy Esports gonna come back from a Game 1 loss and win game number 3. Honestly, should have won game number 1 as well. They outplayed them for about 15 minutes, but then the backdoor came in. What a series. Back and forth the entire time. A very close one. But in the end, it's going to go to USArmy Esports here, taking the series. In really the last fight, it looked so good at the start. They found the engage they wanted. And then it just kind of all fell apart after that. The Cataclysm was huge. Prince Najobu had nowhere to go. Fluke was able to get out of there with a Valkyrie, but he just wasn't able to do enough damage. And then Porkchop, Talented went untouched. Porkchop was too tanky, and they just won the game off the back of that one. Really incredible ending to that series here. But GG, well played to both teams here. This will be the last game series of this week. So tune in next week, probably on Wednesday or Thursday. That's when we'll have our games there. But yeah, spectacular one to close out the week here. Akuma Blades versus USArmy Esports, so they'll even up their scores right now. They'll both be Akuma will be 2-2, and USArmy Esports will be 2-1, so they'll be tied in terms of wins. But this could be a huge tiebreaker come later on in the season. We'll see. But a fantastic series, and I hope to see you guys again soon. I am not Kios. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube. You guys know the drill. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys sticking out through the night and keeping me company. Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you again next week, most likely.